Hey guys, Nathan here, and Roman gave me an assignment. No, he didn't let me drive the Porsche yet, which sucks. But what he wanted me to do, because I'm the least likely person to do it, is take a vehicle and drive it as efficiently as possible. Specifically, 2020 Volvo S60 T8e all-wheel drive Inscription. That's a lot to say. Now, this vehicle has a 22-mile range on electric only. So, we're gonna try to drive this vehicle just over that amount to the next charge point. I'm actually using an app in my phone that'll take us from Boulder to Golden, and hopefully I'll be able to do all of it without the engine kicking on. But before we can, gotta unplug it, which you can't do unless you unlock the car. That's a security measure. It's a really good one too, because I can picture my kid deliberately unplugging it and seeing me stranded. Okay, drive mode. So this is where the drive mode is, this little funny thing. You actually have to push it down to get there. Now, as you can see, you have constant all-wheel drive, you have pure, hybrid for everyday use, individual, which is personal settings, and power for sporty driving. Unfortunately, we're not doing sporty driving today. We're going to be doing pure, which is the eco drive. That is going to keep us in electric mode. And according to this, we have 25 miles of range. That is way above where it's rated, which is 22 miles range. Now here's the trick. As I drive, if I accelerate hard, the gas engine will kick in. So we can't take any highways that force me to slam my foot down. Alright guys, so what's interesting about this vehicle, and there are a few others out there like this, is that the electric motor is basically powering the rear wheels. What you're seeing here is just electricity only going to the rear wheels. Now if I punched it, it would show this light up, and that's because the gas motor would kick in, and that would completely ruin this experiment. So what we're trying to do is maintain electricity only by me being somewhat ginger with the accelerator, and it shows battery being recouped and also being depleted as I accelerate and decelerate. Once again, that's going to the rear wheels. Now, if you're in the all-wheel drive mode, this vehicle behaves kind of like the Toyota Highlander or the Toyota RAV4, a lot of Toyotas, because it does something very similar. It has the gas engine powering the front wheels and electricity only powering the rear wheels. Now, what that does is that gives you an all-wheel drive system that doesn't require a drive shaft. There's no mechanical connection between the engine and the rear wheels. What that does is that opens up the tunnel underneath here that normally would have a drive shaft, and that's where they put the batteries, which is central, and it's kind of low. Right now I'm down to, according to this, 10 miles left according to the battery pack. 10 miles. I think I've got about 11 miles to the charger. So what I'm hoping is that a couple of the downhill sections will help the battery regenerate a little bit. That's the hope. If you look here, guys, you can see what I'm trying to do. If that needle sweeps past that line up there, then I kick into the gas engine, and I don't want to do that. But at the same time, in order to maintain speed, yeah, you see where my problem is, guys? That sucks! Alright guys, according to this, we have 4.9 miles left here, but according to the car, we only have 4 miles left in range. Now, 3 miles. It just dropped to 3. That's going uphill. Maybe it'll regain a little bit going downhill. So it's not looking very good for making it. Now, I've been trying to maintain the speed limit so people, don't have to fly around me. This is a bit of a highway. This is not an easy test for this car. City driving would be better because regenerative braking would help the battery extend itself quite a bit, but that's not the case here. And there's a point to this. if you're commuting day to day and you live X amount of miles from your house and you only want to use electricity, and if there's a charger at your work, this could be an awesome car for that if you're willing to drive a little bit under what they consider the maximum mileage. And you can see regeneration here. See how the arrows are pointing up? It's showing that the power is being pushed back into the battery. I let go of the brake, it goes away, see? So I'm hitting the brake. But we're gonna give it a shot anyway. One more thing to keep in mind is that I know a lot of you are like, well, why not a Tesla or something like that has better range? Consider this car something that mitigates range anxiety. Anytime you want to put gas in it, you put gas in it, you just keep on going. Okay guys, we have a quarter mile left, and right when the car announced a quarter mile, that happened. Basically what that's saying is that the engine is acting like a generator and providing more power to the electricity. As such, we didn't quite make it. we were only a couple blocks away though, we were really close. And remember, we have a cameraman in here and Nathan, so it almost made that distance. The way to summarize that is, if you work less than 20 miles away, you can most likely make it to work using nothing but electricity, which means you have arrived, right? The world of electricity still needs a little ways to go. In order to build a car that has serious range and a gas engine, it's going to take a lot of money. This is not a cheap car, and a little bit more ingenuity perhaps, but as it stands, I'm actually really impressed that it made it that far using nothing but electricity. Now here's the thing, guys. This vehicle can only go up to a Class 2 charger. It doesn't have a fast charge option available, and that's kind of a bummer. But bear in mind, it also has a gas engine. As such, you don't have the need, I guess, for a giant battery pack, right? Alright guys, so the time right now is, it's about 1:45 o'clock. According to this car, it'll be fully charged by 3:30 p.m. So, that's a level 2 charger. If it's a level 1 charger, it could take a maximum of 8 hours to fully charge when you plug it in, you know, at home. You can actually hear this thing charging up right now, so that's what that little buzz is. This is basically a supercharged and turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Combined with the electric motor, maximum horsepower 400 horsepower and 472 pound-feet of torque. Now once again, that's combined with the electric motor. Remember, that electric motor is powering the rear wheels. So when you're in EV only mode, you're rear-wheel drive only. Otherwise, you can be all-wheel drive when needed. So what does this all boil down to? Here's the bottom line. With a car with this much power, this size, regular driving will get you 30 miles per gallon combined. The equivalent MPGe of this baby using electricity is 69 MPGe. Not bad. Is it worth it? Well, you can get one of these for about $55 before options. This one, the inscription, fully loaded, top of the line model, is $64,000 basically. That's a lot of dough, but consider what the competition has. Some cars that compete with this are thousands more. I love the performance, and I love the fact that we almost made it. If Tommy was driving, I can almost guarantee you they would have made it. Yep. So, am I a good hypermiler? No. Is this an efficient car? Yes. Is it something you could drive every day back and forth to work if you live, let's say, less than 20 miles away and you want to work on EV power alone? Yeah, actually. Would I buy one? I think I would if I could afford it. Thank you so much for joining me. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan. Don't forget to go to TFLcar.com for news, views, real-world reviews, and more EV stuff, right? See you next time.
Then turn left onto Lookout Road.
Whoa!
Head
It has an
west,
echo.
Then turn left.
It's deliberately echoing. That's a trip. It's like,
the fastest route, despite slower than usual traffic, you will arrive at 1:33 p.m.
and she won't stop talking. It's like being married. Okay,